there are 16 most important settlements of Mahajanapadas. Let us identify those in the map given in your textbook. So here we can find Magadh, Vrijji, Khosala, Anga, Kaushambi, Hastinapura, Gandhara, Takshila, Avanti, Ujjain. So these are some of the important settlements of Mahajanapadas. So we can Magadh and Vrijji. So we are going to study about these two settlements of Mahajanapadas, Magadh and Vrijji. Okay. So this is Rajgriha, capital of Magadh, Vaishali, capital city of Vrijji. Okay. So Magadh was the important settlement of Mahajanapadas for around 200 years. Okay. So why the region of Magadh became important? Because rivers such as river Ganga and Son, that is the tributary river of Ganga, was flowing through the region of Magadh. Okay, so as these rivers were flowing through the region of Magadh, the land of Magadh was very fertile and transport became easy. So transportation became easy. They also got the new way of transporting, that is through water. Okay, so next they got easy water supplies as these rivers flowed. Okay, so as these rivers flowed through the region of Magadh and it was easy for water supply and the land was very fertile. So in the same way, Magadh region was mostly covered with forest areas. So in those forest areas they found elephants. So what they did, they captured those elephants and trained them and included them in the army, and the army became more powerful. Okay, so they also got wood from the forests. So they used wood for building huts, houses, carts and chariots. Okay, so they also found iron ore mines. As the land was very fertile, they also found iron ore mines. Okay, so this ore mines, they got iron from these mines and they got strong tools and weapons from the using the iron. They got strong tools and weapons. So we also learned that the use of iron plowshare was the important change in the field of agriculture during the Mahajanapadas, right? So they got strong tools and weapons. So now let us know about the important rulers, most important and powerful rulers who ruled Magadh. Okay, so Bimbisara and Ajatasattu were the two important rulers who ruled Magadh from the Haryanka dynasty. Okay, so Ajatasattu is son of Bimbisara. They belong to the Haryanka dynasty. Okay, so after the Haryanka dynasty comes the Shishunaga dynasty. After the Shishunaga dynasty comes the Nanda dynasty. So Mahapadmananda was the founder of Nanda dynasty, and he was also one of the important rulers who ruled Magadha. Okay, so he even extended his kingdom to the northwest of the subcontinent. So this is where Magadha is, right? So he expanded his kingdom till here. Okay, so here we can see Indus River and its tributary rivers, right? He expanded his kingdom to the northwest region of the subcontinent. Who? Mahapadmananda. Okay, so Bimbisara, Ajatasattu and Mahapadmananda were the most important and powerful rulers who ruled Magadha. Okay, so there is a small story of Ajatasattu attacking on Vrijji. We will study about that later. We will get to know about that later. Okay, so coming back, so the last we know that Mahapadmananda is the founder, and he was also the most important ruler. Okay, and he expanded his kingdom. Okay, so the last ruler of the Nanda dynasty, that is Dhanananda. Okay, so Dhanananda was the last ruler of Nanda dynasty. During his period, that is 2300 years ago, Alexander visited India. He tried to capture India. So Alexander was the king of Macedonia. Okay, that is Greece. Okay, so Alexander the Great was the king of Macedonia. So Alexander had a dream to conquer the world and rule over the world. But however, Alexander's dream did not come true, but he conquered central and western parts of Asia, and he also conquered Persia, Egypt. Okay, so almost he had conquered half of the Asia and parts of Egypt and Persia. Okay, so he wanted to conquer India. So he entered India through the region of river Bays. That is, it is a tributary river of river Indus. Okay, so somewhere here. Okay, so Alexander tried to enter India from this region. Okay, but as the soldiers of Alexander were falling sick because he continuously conquered all those territories and he again wanted to conquer India. His soldiers were falling sick, and they also had heard about the elephant armies and how strong the Indian rulers were. So the armies of Alexander learnt about the armies of the Indian rulers and about their soldiers, cavalry and their elephant army. So listening to all these, Alexander's soldiers refused to march further, and they gave up, and Alexander could not conquer India and he returned back to Macedonia. Okay, so this is what we studied. This is what we got to know about the region of Magadha. Okay, so Magadha, we know every Mahajanapada had a capital city. So the capital city of Magadha was Rajgriha. Okay, so the present day Rajgir. And later the capital city was shifted to Pataliputra, that is present day Patna. Okay, so the capital city of Magadha was Rajgriha. Later they shifted the capital city to Pataliputra. Okay, so this is all about the region of Magadha and why the region of Magadha became most important. Okay, because rivers flowed through that region and there were mostly forest areas where they got wood, elephants for army and iron ore mines. So that is why Magadha became very important. So now let us learn about the region of Vrijji. Let us now learn about another important settlement of Mahajanapadas, which had a different type of ruling or government. Okay, that is Vrijji. So the capital city of Vrijji was Vaishali, that is present day Bihar. Okay, so in Vrijji they had Sangha or Gana type of government, that is people got to choose their own leaders like in the period of Rigveda. So in the Rigveda period, Jana used to choose their leaders based on their skill set and bravery, right? So in the later Vedic period, that was people performed, so the men performed sacrifices and became the most powerful rajas. But here in this region, in the region of Vrijji, so here people got to elect their kings or leaders. Okay, so consider this as a kingdom. Okay, so the kingdom is divided into different parts. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the kingdom is divided into 7 parts. This is just for an example. Okay, so the people from this region choose their leader. The people from this region also choose their leader. In the same way, the leaders are chosen by the people from that particular region. All these members together are called Gana. So Gana means a group of many members. So the group of leaders from all these regions together are called Gana. Okay, and this is Gana. Okay, Sangha means an organization or an association. Okay, so the meetings held are the Sangha, by the meetings held by the Sangha. Okay, so this is the Gana and Sangha form of government which was followed in Vrijji. So Sangha means organization of members. So that is organizations or association of members together. So in the region of Vrijji, if the Rajas, so I have written Rajas, right? So a plural word, Rajas. So there may be 10 Rajas or up to 1000 Rajas. So all the Rajas together, if they had to perform a ritual, they had to perform the ritual together. All the 1000 Rajas together had to perform the ritual. And if they had to discuss the matters of the kingdom, they had to meet in assemblies and discuss about the matters of the kingdom. Okay, so for example, if a Raja of the other kingdom attacks on Vrijji, all the kings of Vrijji had to meet in an assembly and discuss about the attack and how to meet the threat. So all the Rajas discuss about the threat and solve this threat, overcome the threat. Okay, so this is how they rule the settlement of Vrijji. Okay, so in these assemblies conducted, men were participating mostly. So women, dasas and dasis were not allowed to participate in these assemblies where they discuss the matters of kingdom. Okay, so this is all about the settlement Vrijji. So we know Buddha and Mahavira, right? So Buddha is the founder of Buddhism and Mahavira is the 24th Jaina Tirthankara, right? So both Buddha and Mahavira belonged to Gana and Sangha form of government. We will get to know about Buddha and Mahavira in the next chapter. Okay, so this is all about the region of Vrijji. So earlier I had told you that Ajatasattu had tried to attack on Vrijji. Okay, so there is a source given in your textbook about this. So 2300 years ago, that is when Alexander attacked during the rule of Dhanananda. Okay, this is an account of the Vrijjis from Digha Nikaya, a famous Buddhist book which contains some of the speeches of Buddha. These were written down 2300 years ago. Okay, that is when Alexander tried to enter India during the rule of the Dhanananda. Okay, so Ajatasattu wanted to attack the Vrijjis. He sent his minister named Vasakara to the Buddha to get advice on the matter. Buddha asked whether the Vrijjis meet frequently in full assemblies. When he heard that they did, he replied that the Vrijjis would continue to prosper as long as they held full and frequent public assemblies and they met and acted together and respected, supported and listened to the elders, and Vrijji women were not held by force or captured, and they maintained chaityas in both towns and villages, and they also respected saints with different beliefs. Okay, and they got the permission to enter the court freely. So Ajatasattu sent his minister named Vasakara to Buddha for asking the suggestion on attacking the Vrijji. So Buddha asked whether if the Vrijjis meet in full and frequent assemblies. So Minister Vasakara replied yes. So Buddha told the Vrijjis will continue to prosper and they cannot be defeated as they rule in the Sangha or Gana form of government. Okay, so this is the story of Ajatasattu attacking on Vrijjis. Okay, so many other Rajas tried to conquer the region of Vrijji, but they could not. They were unsuccessful in capturing Vrijji. Okay, and they continued for a long time. So this type of ruling continued for a long time as it was very strong. Okay, so here our chapter ends. Kingdoms, kings and early republic ends here. Okay, so in the next chapter we are going to learn about Buddha and Mahavira, and we can get to know more about the Sangha. Okay, so here our chapter is completed. Thank you. Chapter